I'm standing here in front of Shine Cafe. This is the building that I got my start. My first original show was in this building. We had a pretty good turnout, but it being my first time, in front of people, delivering really kind of a cohesive show, it was a little scary. I'd seen a lot of different artists making the looping and string instrument thing a possibility. So I knew that as long as I delivered and I stayed authentic as far as like what my experience is and who I am as a person, it would go over pretty well. Dude, I'm standing here in front of my favorite dive bar in Sacramento, Old Ironside. This is one of the first open mics that I came out to when I moved here. I remember one time at the end, I believe I was the last person to go at the end of an open mic night. So it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock. And I remember thinking, man, and I said in the microphone, like, you guys are the dregs of the night. The dregs at the end of the bottle of wine. It's the most flavorful, it's the most intense. And the people who are here at Old Ironside, 12:30 to 1, those are the dregs of the night. Ever since I moved here, every day I try to work. This is something that I do full time. I left my high school teaching job in order to do this, so I think having that really workman mentality has been really helpful for that. But not only is it the hustle, right, and doing what you can, but it's also the help that I've gotten along the way. So whether that are the different musicians that I've met, whether that's James Cavern, whether that's musical chairs giving me some of my first opportunities to play. Most importantly, I've tried to weave myself into a lot of different communities in Sacramento. Each of these communities, I've tried to really be myself and give of myself to these enclaves. And in doing so, I think I've been able to garner a sense of family. I think in Sacramento there are a real diverse array of different musical styles, and I think the cool thing about Sacramento is that it embraces the validity of each of these genres, and then also respects the individual and what the individual has to say. And in a smaller, I think, middle-sized city like Sacramento, you really have to do that. You have to plant seeds. You have to fertilize and really cultivate that following in that community by joining in and contributing to other communities that are out there. Growing up in the classical tradition, it's a very rigid environment. There's a lot of there's a lot of competition. I think with the advent of the internet, as well as just multimedia experiences in general, as long as the different collaborators share the same type of intentionality, you can create a real immersive artistic experience for concert goers in a way that classical orchestras never could in 1800, 1850. So being able to bring technology into it, bringing projection art into my shows, bringing contemporary dance into my shows, I think is a cool way of once again drawing upon that eclecticism. Definitely I draw upon a lot of my classical training, but the European classical idiom is not, it's a small part of me. So when I started doing this in 2013, I knew it was really important to take a bit of classical, but also to draw upon all the different influences that I've experienced in my life. To lead that crowd, that audience in the national anthem was on a personal level very stirring for me. To be on that stage as an immigrant in this country, playing the national anthem with the violin and like reverb and overdrive, like Jimi Hendrix style, like it was definitely a moment where I was like, damn, I'm a fucking American, and no one else can take that away from me. I definitely, as a poor immigrant, as the son of poor immigrants, I had a lot of challenges that I had to face wanting to play music. My parents came here. My dad came here as a student, as an international student studying for his PhD. He had to work at a laundromat. He had to work painting houses. My mom had to wash dishes at a teriyaki restaurant illegally to make ends meet for their family. So to see the sacrifices that they made, and then for me to be able to do what I love, and to express myself right fully on a stage in front of my fellow countrymen, man, I guess that's I guess I am living the American dream.